creepy fungi, a crumbling house, and a corpse that refuses to rest. Hey, you're listening to Bookmark My Words. I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Sarah.
Please like, share, follow. Tell us how your holiday season was. We're getting to roll into the new year. Have you reached your reading goal?
Yes.
I have not.
I am over my reading goal. I am an overachiever this year.
I guess technically, my goal was to be over 40, because that was last year's. I'm at 41.
Oh, so yeah.
But I mean, I set my goal at 45.
Oh.
But like, in my head, I was like, if I could just at least do over last year's, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
But I did go ahead and count the Praxis study guide books.
I mean, you read them.
I had to read them. I mean, there was a reading portion in one of them.
I think it counts.
There were 1,000 pages each. Well, I'm sorry. One was 1,000 pages. The other one was 300 pages. So, but I mean, still, that's like an 8-hour book.
That's a lot. Probably more than 8 hours.
Probably, because it was like I did it in sections. So, in each section.
Because, like, I listen to 8-hour books on audio, and they're usually 300 to 400-ish.
Yeah.
So.
But, yeah, I did count those. I was like, wonder if I should count those. And then I went, yeah, I'm counting them. I'm counting them. Just because.
Mine was set at 25 because I think last year I set mine at 10 and I really struggled. But I guess the podcast kind of helped.
Yeah.
And so right now I'm at 31.
How many books did you DNF?
1.
Mine was 3.
This was my first ever.
Mine was 3? Yeah, 3. And 1 was just simply because I was listening to it on loan on Libby, and it wasn't catching my attention, but I really wanted to finish it.
Mm-hmm.
And then my loan time ran up.
Oh,
so that's the only reason. And it won't come back around until the beginning of the new year. So that one didn't count.
Yeah.
I had like literally 2 hours left on it.
Ew.
And I was like, oh no.
That's terrible.
Because I don't listen to audiobooks on the weekend, and then that's when it ran up. Mm-hmm. I should have, but I didn't. But
I don't listen on the weekend either.
But
well, and in my new job, my new position, I don't know why, but I don't like listening to audiobooks in my new position either. So next year I'm going to struggle probably a little more because I won't have as many audiobooks.
So today's book, it's a pretty interesting one. I took the nephews to the public library in order to get them out of the house. I forgot what it's like going to the library with kids. Because immediately they started fighting.
Oh, yeah.
I was just like, get away from each other.
Why do you have to breathe each other's air? Can you just back up from each other?
I know this one lady thought I was being so mean, where I looked at them and I went, get away from each other.
No, if she had kids, she did not.
Yeah,
she knew.
Get away from each other.
Especially boys. And at this age that they're at, it's like they just feed off of each other and they're just like,
and one was even trying. The older one was trying to get away from the little one. And I was like, and I finally looked at the little one and I went, if you have nothing to do, go sit down in a chair and be quiet.
Yeah.
And he went, fine. And he wandered off. I said, this is the one time in public.
Yeah.
You can wander.
The library's pretty safe.
Anywhere you want. I will be up here in this section. Go explore. And then they both got hangry and it was my fault. I took too long. So are you kidding me? But while I was there, I went and I've seen this book on TikTok. It's called What Moves the Dead by Kingfisher. And everybody says it's a really creepy book. Someone said if you like The Last of Us, you'll like this. Yeah, now I know why. Very much those vibes.
Is it the end of the world?
No.
Oh, okay.
But it's kind of, the dead move. Yeah. Very creepy.
I don't want dead moving.
Synopsis is, when Alex Easton, a retired soldier, receives word that their childhood friend, Madeline Usher is dying. They race to the ancestral home of the Ushers in the remote countryside of Roltania. What they find there is a nightmarish of fungal growths and possessed wildlife surrounding a dark, pulsing lake. Madeline sleepwalks and speaks in strange voices at night, and her brother, Roderick, is consumed by a mysterious malady of nerves. Assisted by a British mycologist and a baffled American doctor, Alex must unravel the secrets of the House of Usher before it consumes them all. So, the author, in her notes in the very back, she does slightly give the same tone as The House of Usher by Edgar Allan Poe. And that's where she kind of got like the whole idea. So if you like Edgar Allan Poe, you definitely like this because I love Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh, yeah.
And
That's your biggie.
we went library, what, Tuesday?
Yeah.
It was Tuesday.
Yeah, because it was the day. Yeah, it was the day before.
And
yeah.
I finished it yesterday, and yesterday was Saturday.
Saturday.
So there you go. Now,
and she had Christmas Eve and Christmas Day in there somewhere.
And I didn't read very much those days.
Of course, that is kind of a tiny book for you.
158 pages. So if you're like near your reading goal, it's not bad.
Bang it out.
Yeah, no. I didn't mean bang it out.
Get it done. Bang it out.
Oh my god.
Bang out that book. Also, I have a quick question before we get real deep in this, so it's not like me sitting over here like that one guy, whatever his name is. What's that guy's name?
Frankie or Joey?
No, the one that's really crazy and he just like goes off on tangents.
Oh, okay. I know.
Anyways,
the guy you're talking about.
So when I was joking about the fun guy, is he a fun guy? Or is it a fungi? Because they were talking about mushrooms in the synopsis.
So wait.
Is there fungus?
Fungi. Did you think guys meant fun guy?
Yes.
Like two separate words.
Like a fun guy.
No, like fungi.
So, okay, so it is a mushroom. Oh my god.
Why you looked at me when I said like The Last of Us and you went, oh.
Yeah, no, I was thinking that I was just really out there when I said something about a mushroom. Okay.
No, like fungi.
Now we can, okay, a fun. Like I'm gonna scare your cat. She's not gonna like me anymore. Okay. I'm gonna behave now.
So
I'm listening.
Main character is Alex Easton. I'm gonna call him Easton, not to like get into like political topics, but it is like a thing. Alex is a gender fluent.
Oh.
So
wait, in the 1800s?
Yeah. Well, you gotta think it is fictional, so.
Okay.
But they even have like, because I did have to look this up because I was like, I don't know where this person's from because they kept talking about some country and they don't have gender identity. Like once they become soldiers, they get rid of their identity. So men and women can serve, but they're all equal and they come up with their own pronouns.
Is that real?
No.
Okay.
I just said it was fictional.
I missed that. I'm really listening, I swear.
Well, I don't know. Apparently, a second ago, I can't read. Fun. But anyway, so, like, their pronouns are can and con. I don't know.
Oh.
K-A and then K-A-N. I don't know what the difference is. I don't know. Anyway. Okay. Just tossing it out there. It was very... In my head...
It'd be hard to wrap your head around.
It was a he. Anyway.
Oh, yeah, because Alex could go either way.
That could go either way. And then Easton,
I mean, yeah, that's the last name.
They called him Lieutenant Easton, so
I'm used to military going by last names.
Yeah.
That's why I thought you'd probably call him by last name. I didn't even think.
Madeline and her brother, Roderick, are the last of the Usher royal line. I guess they're like nobility, but it's like really, really distant. They're not anywhere near being a duchess or anything like that. Yeah. They inherited this house. It's very rundown. Like when Easton first rode up on his horse, he was like, This place looks like it's gonna collapse in on itself. Obviously, it's kind of like 1800s-ish. So there's no electricity. So they're like walking around in this house that's like run down with like candles and stuff. But
Sounds dangerous.
sounds very Edgar Allan Poe. And the whole time I was reading it, I was just like, this sounds like something Edgar Allan Poe would write. And then when I saw the author's note, I went, oh, well, that makes sense. Checks out. But so he rides up because he got a letter from Madeline talking about how she was really ill and she felt like she was dying. And so Easton was like, if I want to see her, I better go see her. And, maybe there's something I can do to like help her. No. No. This is very, very weird. Honestly, if I was him, I would have been like, heading out
Did
now.
she just move into the house?
They had been there for a while.
Okay.
But he gets there and he's like kind of like still about a mile away from the house, but you can like see it. And there's like this giant pond, and the horse refused to drink from it. And there's all these really weird.
That's not good.
That's not good. There's all these really weird mushrooms around, and he went to go step on one, and a lady pops up out of like nowhere, and she's like, "I wouldn't step on that if I were you." And he was like, "Sorry, that sounded threatening."
Like out of a mushroom? Like did she pop out of the mushroom? Or did she just appear?
She just like appeared.
It's like, don't step on me!
So she
Sorry.
So she just appeared. I don't
Okay,
know.
Like suddenly there was this woman.
Suddenly there was
you.
this woman, and she was like, I wouldn't step on that. It releases an odor that smells like rotten flesh. And he was kind of like, what? And she was like, stand back. She like pokes it with her umbrella, and it reeks. And he's like, oh, I've never seen mushrooms like that before. And she's like, yeah, also don't drink from that lake. They're chit-chatting. Her name is Miss Potter. She's an illustrator, but like her hobby is just looking at mushrooms, just fungi. Fungi, not fun guy.
She's a fungi expert.
Yeah, which is what a mycologist is.
That makes sense.
An amateur mycologist. So they kind of like chit chat, introduce each other, whatever. Easton goes on about his way. He gets to the house, and servant opens the door, and immediately Easton's like, man, how is this house like not falling in on itself? It looks dark. How like when you walk up on something, you're like, that house feels like it's damp. Like there's just the look of it is just cold, damp, mildewy.
Yeah, not inviting.
Not inviting, very eerie. And he's just like, I gotta get these two out of here. Like, that's his first instinct. And then he runs into Roderick in the hallway. And he said, Roderick looks like he's aged like 15 years. He looks so old. He's super thin. He's super pale. And his hair is like falling out in clumps.
Oh!
And it's like white and wispy.
That's great.
And he's just kind of like, he don't look too good either. Like, I'm here because Madeline said that she wasn't feeling good. But he also...
What's going on with bro?
What's his issue? Chris Roderick's like, oh my gosh, what are you doing here? He had no idea Easton was coming. And Easton told him, your sister wrote me. I just wanted to come in and just check on you guys because, running a household can be very different. They were in the military together, him and Roderick, and they were also all childhood friends. So he's like, okay, yeah, I guess I'll let you see Madeline, but she's probably about to go to bed, even though it's like nowhere near bedtime.
Oh.
She gets tired easily. And so he's like, okay. So he goes and he sees Madeline, and Madeline looks like a corpse. And she's like younger than him. But here again, her hair is like long and wispy and white, and it falls out. And she's also got it like kind of on her arms. And she's really, really pale and bony, and he just talks about how she just looks like a corpse already. Which really freaks you out towards the end. I'm not going to tell you the ending, but it
Yeah,
really,
because this is tiny enough, I might read it.
and like, it really freaked me out towards the end. But he sits down and he kind of talks to her, and she talks about how she's so excited he was able to come. And
How far did he have to come?
I don't really know. It didn't really
They didn't
say.
say.
I just know he was out of the military at that point. So he kind of like retired. He was at a good
Yeah.
standing point that he retired. But, and then she retires to her bed. And then he meets the American doctor that was good friends with Roderick, Dr. Denton, was kind of just like a field medic. So he kind of has no idea why Roderick called him, except for he just trusts him.
Oh.
And he's like, I don't know. He just kept going. All I know how to do is sever limbs from bodies.
Oh.
Because that's all they really taught us
Right.
in the war. Because that's when he went to medical school.
He was just, yeah.
He said they kind of just threw us a bone saw and was like, if you have to amputate, do it. So that's kind of all of his medical knowledge. But he's there. That's majority of his medical knowledge, but he does kind of help out with like some of the simpler, kind of just like having a nurse on site.
Yeah, I mean, because I guess he would have like his basic.
Yeah. So him and Easton get to talking, and he's telling him about Madeline's diagnosis, because Easton's like, why does she look that way? And he's like, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with her. I know every now and then she has what he calls fits. And he's like, what is that? And he said, she'll just all of a sudden become extremely paralyzed
What?
for long periods of time. And even like sometimes her breathing stops and they have to like perform CPR.
That's more than a fit, my guy.
What? And he's like, I don't know. He's like, there's even been times where I thought she was dead, and then she just kind of comes back to life. What?
Okay.
And so he's like, I don't know what's wrong with her. I really don't. And he thinks it has something to do with the house, which he's kind of not wrong. But he's like, I think they need to get out of this house. I think it's affecting them. He said, I think there's something, whether it's mold or the air quality here or lack of sunshine. They talk about it being kind of a gloomy place. I don't know, but they keep trying to get them to go to France. I guess someone has a house there.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I keep trying to get them to go to France, and they refuse to go. And he said, even if I travel with them, he said, they're just like, no, Madeline can't travel. I don't know. I think I'd take the chance. Like, I wouldn't want to die there. It sounds just nasty.
Very depressing.
Very depressing and kind of nasty. So, over the next few days, Easton kind of, wanders around the mansion. It's a huge, they call it a manor.
Oh.
I don't know if there's actually a difference.
I don't know either.
I'm poor. I think they both sound fancy, but they talk about it being
I
huge.
feel like there's a difference, but I don't know what it is.
But Easton gets to know the doctor, and he has a few more run-ins with Miss Potter. And it seems like every day there's something creepier and creepier about this place.
Creepier than flesh-smelling mushrooms?
Yes. Like the rabbits. Easton got after him. He was like, after the American, he was like, we don't have rabbits, we have hares.
I was going to say they're hares.
Yeah.
That's why there's a hair on there.
Yeah.
He's very skinny looking, though.
But the villagers had even talked about it when Easton went into the village to buy some meat, because I guess the ushers are actually kind of poor at this point. I don't know if they're like in debt or what. It just talks about their cupboards being really bare, and so Easton's just like, oh, I'm just gonna go and pretend that I'm doing this as just like a gift, like, and not to insult, but he's like, we gotta feed these people. They look like they're starving. So he goes in the village and buys some beef. And while he's there, the butcher was even talking about them hunting. And he was like, if you go hunting, don't hunt around the manor. And Easton's like, why? And he said, especially the hares, don't hunt the hares around the manor. And he's like, why? What's wrong with him? And he's like, don't know, but they act really strange. And he's like, okay, well, how do they act strange? And he's like, they'll just stare at you. You can't scare them away. Even if you shoot them, they keep moving.
Yeah, that doesn't sound
What?
that doesn't sound weird at all.
And he even thinks like the guy's like,
Undead bunnies.
yeah, he thinks he's just kind of being dramatic. And even another guy was talking about it, and he was like, yeah, if you approach them, they don't move right. They move like in kind of a jerky manner and stuff. And that's why I'm like, it's like a combination of Edgar Allan Poe meets The Last of Us.
Okay.
All I keep thinking is like those weird things that like Twitch, because they
Mhm.
talk about how they don't walk right. And so Easton's like, okay, these guys are being dramatic. Well, like the next day, he's out just getting out of the house, making sure his horse gets some exercise, and he runs across one of these hares. And he's like, okay, let's, try to scare it. And he's stomping his foot and like trying to spook it away, and it doesn't move. And it just stares at him. And then he's like, okay, well, let me just shoot it. Shoots it square in the head,
And nothing happens?
and it kind of runs off, and then it kind of just like falls over. And he's like, oh, okay. Like just a weird reaction.
Yeah, just kind of delayed.
So he kind of goes into the woods where it's at. And as he's in there, like more hares like circle up on him.
Oh,
Yeah. It like circle, and then he's kind of like, wait a minute.
having like a seance.
Yeah, he's kind of like, do I just leave it? And then he gets really, really freaked out. And he talks about he has PTSD. I don't know what kind of war they were in, but I guess they were in like a pretty traumatic war. And he calls it soldier's heart.
Oh, okay.
I was like, oh, that's a pretty good name for
Yeah,
it.
that makes sense.
And he said his soldier heart kind of gripped him, and he took off running. And he got back to the manor, and he's like, how stupid was that? I got scared over a bunch of hares.
I mean, if they're squaring up on, like, circling around their buddy, I don't know.
I don't know. Like, they kind of starting to act like wolves. I think I'd kind of run too. But, and even he talks about it with, um, the doctor, and the doctor's like, yeah, no, that's kind of weird. And he's like, isn't that ridiculous? Like, I totally ran away from a bunch of hares. And
Yep.
he's like, no, I think that would be
Checks out
kind
to
of.
me.
And then he talks about how he's hearing people at night. No.
I don't like hearing people.
And then it's like, what the next night, he's laying there, and Easton hears someone moving around in the manor while they're supposed to be sleeping. So one night he gets up and he doesn't see anybody, but he keeps hearing them walk back and forth. So the next night he kind of sits up and he's like, okay, I'm ready to go. And as the footsteps like approach his door, he opens it, and it's Madeline, which is weird because she needs help moving around.
Right.
She's kind of unstable on her feet because she's so weak. So he's like, what are you doing? And she doesn't answer him. She's got her eyes open. She's looking forward. And he's like, oh my gosh, she's going to fall down the stairs. So he kind of like, maybe she's sleepwalking.
So she's like, yeah,
she's just kind of like
checked out.
not like mentally there. And so he's like, oh my gosh, what if she falls down the stairs? So he's like, I don't want to reach out and grab a sleepwalker,
Yeah.
but I've kind of got to. And so he like reaches out and grabs her. And she turns around and she's trying to talk to him. But it's kind of, the speech is weird. And he's like, okay, maybe she's just where she's sleepwalking. It just sounds weird. But she kept saying, I'm not Maddie. Because that's what he calls her, is Maddie. And he's like, me no Maddie. And he's like, okay, I mean, I don't know. We both sleep talk. So, I mean, we say weird stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, I shout things like queso. I don't like. That's a true story, by the way.
It's a true
I
story.
don't
There's a raccoon.
like. Yes, that is also a true story. I don't like talk about I'm not Sarah.
That would freak. You should do that.
Do you know how much that would freak Andy out?
He'd be like, who are you?
Of course, I'm watching the Yellow Jackets right now, so there ain't no telling what I'm going to start dreaming about. So,
Oh, I always dream up some of the weirdest stuff when I watch zombie stuff. The ex-husband, quite a few times, because I would like start screaming in my sleep. but it wasn't like screaming. It was like,
Was it like lowercase? Oh,
and he would go,
like
just
at full volume?
no, just like that.
No, just like that.
And he would be like, you gotta stop. And so he would
So,
dance.
like, you knew, some level you knew you couldn't, like, full on scream.
Yeah.
But you were like, I gotta make it good.
So he would be like, okay, no zombie shows for a little while. Because that was the main link, was when I was watching The Walking Dead a lot. Because, they're for
Zombie shows mess with me.
and Raylan.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's like, I
Raylan's
don't.
not allowed to watch zombie shows.
So anytime I watch a lot of those, I'll tell myself, I'll go, okay, we gotta take a break. We gotta watch something. I can watch Supernatural. Doesn't bother me. Anything else? Doesn't bother me.
The zombies get you, man.
Zombies. I don't know what it is. I got some weird link with some zombies. But anyway.
I don't want to shoot you in the head. I don't have the strength. I wouldn't be able to do that.
Just leave me.
I don't want you to wander around either.
It'd be fine. I'm not really there. Someone will come along and get me. But anyway, so he's kind of like, okay, Maddie's sleep talking. She's sounding really weird. Let's put her, you just kind of usher her back to bed and going, okay, yeah, let's go back to bed.
Whatever you say, Grandma.
Whatever. Sleep tight, tuck you in. And as he goes to leave her room, he's like, you know what? Maybe she needs some fresh air. So he opens up one of the windows, and out the window, he can see that lake in the dark, but it's pulsing green in color. Yeah, it's pulsing green in color. The weirdest thing
Okay, like, is it a
ever.
full moon?
No.
Okay, because I'm just trying to visualize. So,
Yeah.
like, it's just that vibrant of a green.
It's just that vibrant of a green. And even he's like, oh, because he's been on some ships and stuff where he was in the army. And he was just like, oh, yeah, I remember being out in the ocean at night and seeing the stars reflect on the surface. But I don't see them
There were no stars.
in the sky. Like, that's weird. And so he's just kind of like, you're thinking too much about this. This would be Stephanie. I'd be like, you're thinking too much about this. There's some logical explanation to all of this. You're going crazy. You have soldier heart. Everything's fine.
You are the problem.
Everything's fine. You're looking into this way too much. So it's the next day, and he's out around the pond, lake, whatever you want to call it. And he runs into Mrs. Potter again, and they're talking about fungus. And yeah, she's kind of talking about how, fungus is everywhere and it's unique to its own little ecosystems and different environments, and there's thousands of different kinds. And, like they get to talking about how it's needed, it's in beer, it's in bread, it's on us, and which kind of freaked me out. Like,
I don't want to think about that.
I can't do it.
I need to go scrub myself now.
I know. I was like, immediately after that, I was like, I feel itchy. And I was like, ugh. But as she talks about how some of it's deadly, but some of it's needed. Doesn't really think more about it. He goes back to the house, he's talking to the doctor. And they're also talking about fungi. And he's like, it could be a fungus that's causing Maddie to act weird. And they go out to the lake. And they're kind of looking at the lake, and he's like, I wonder if this is where our drinking water comes from. Because then they're like, wait, do we all get infected? If it's drinking water, wouldn't we all get infected?
Right.
Which would freak me out. So then they start drinking. This is a mindset of a military doctor. Maybe if we just don't drink water and just drink only alcohol.
That's what I was thinking. They're going to have to drink fermented stuff.
They're going to have to drink. He's like, we won't get infected as easily, or the infection would be slower. So they get kind of shit-faced drunk. They go to bed. And in the middle of the night, Easton hears somebody yelling. And then, still slightly drunk, he's like, oh, well, it's nothing, just go to bed. Just go back to sleep. Well, he wakes up the next morning, and the doctor and Roderick are at the breakfast table already, and he's like, oh, is it a rough night? And they're like, yeah, Maddie died in the middle of sleep. And they're like, oh, he's like, oh, but she was fine yesterday. And they're like, well, sometimes that happens. And he's like, I want to see the body. I want to see her. And Roderick's, at first he's like, no, you don't need to see her in those last moments. She wouldn't want it. And he's kind of acting really weird about it. And he's just like, finally talks him into it. So they go down into, here again, this is really weird, into the family, uh,
Crypt?
yes, thank you, crypt, but it's underneath the house in
Oh.
like the basement. And they go down in there, and he notices Roderick never like shows him Maddie's body. He's just like, here she is. And she's, of course, got a shroud over her.
That's weird.
He's like, there she is. She's dead. Let's go back upstairs. And he does. He goes, he's like real upset about it. And so Easton, of course, starts becoming like a little depressed. Childhood friend died. There's nothing he can do to stop it. He goes out and he runs into Miss Potter again, and he's talking to her about what the fungus and stuff like that and what they talked about. And he's just like, is there a fungus that could affect people, like their head? And she's like, I don't know, maybe. And he's like, what if it like grew out of their body?
Ew.
And she's like, well, I don't know. What do you mean? And he talks about her hair, Maddie's hair, where it was all over her and it was white and stringy and stuff. So they had talked about a particular kind of mold that, yeah. And she's like, well, I guess if it was like an extreme advanced type of fungi, yeah, I could get in a person and like grow out of their skin, just like anything else. And so he's like, I gotta show you her body. This person, took Mrs. Potter to go see Maddie's body. It's gone. It's effing gone, Sarah. It's gone. It is gone. Where'd it go? He freaks out. He has like a full-on panic attack.
Well, yeah.
Because he's like, it was just here this morning. It was just here. He was like, it was just here. Excuse me, last night. He was like, it was just here. They go upstairs. He's still having a panic attack. Dr. Denton is like, you gotta calm down. You gotta breathe. And he's like, I swear it's
Easier
not
said
down
than
there.
done, boy.
And he's like, it's still down there. He's like, it's your mind. He's like, you gotta breathe. And even Mrs. Potter's like, no, man, it's not down there. It ain't there.
She's like, he's
like,
not in fact losing his mind.
She's
it's not
like,
there.
They talk about her being a very posh English woman, and she's like, "'Tis not there." That's not what she says.
Tis the body's gone.
And so they start talking about it, and all of a sudden, Easton has this idea. He's like, what if the same things that are affecting Maddie have infected the hairs? And they're like, because then they start thinking about themselves. They're like, wait a minute, what? And he's like, they have like the same symptoms. He said, I don't know if that's actually a white hair,
or if they're growing
or if they're growing
stuff.
the hair fur and it's
Ooh.
white. And so they go out and they get one. They find one that's like drowned itself in the pond, which is really weird. They have like a weird connection to like the pond. And so they find one. They start dissecting this thing. It's full of fungus. It's just full of fungus. It like starts in the lungs and it's just like cotton balls. Sarah. As they were dissecting it, this bitch came alive. Like they thought it was dead. It was. Because its heart wasn't beating and it wasn't breathing. It starts effing moving. And they chop off its head.
Zombie hairs.
Zombie hairs. And then they're like, that's where Maddie went.
Oh, she got up and walked out.
And I'm going to end it right there.
No!
I will say she did get up and walk around, but it was just like, what?
So does it come full circle?
It does have a cliffhanger.
Ah!
But it's
is there
not like
another I don't know, I turned into a pirate.
but it has a cliffhanger, but not in the way that you would think. It kind of wraps up this little story, but it does have 2 other books in this, and I saw them at the library. They're both pretty small. So,
Are they standalones or do they and just kind of tie in or
I don't know. I haven't really looked too much into it, but yeah, I was kind of like, "Oh, wow." At that point, I was like, "Yeah, we're just going to keep reading. I don't care if
Yeah,
it's."
because like how do you not?
How do you not? At that point, there's only 13 chapters.
The lady turned into a zombie.
She turned
There's
into a
zombie
zombie.
hairs.
What really freaked me out was what she said to Easton. 'Cause,
I'm
yeah,
not Maddie.
oh, she kept talking. Oh, like, later on,
Oh,
they
there's
like,
more?
have, like, a powwow, and I'm just like, it pretty much just wants to take over the world. Fungus that wants to take over the world.
You don't want this world. It's too much fungus. You don't want this.
But
It's a lot to take over.
it was like, I'm not gonna say the pacing was slow. I'm gonna say the pacing was, like, pretty steady, and then right there at the end, like, those last 3 chapters, it was like, phew. Like, once you get to chapter 10, it kinda
It's
goes,
like, hang
"Woo!"
on.
Yeah, like, I just kept flipping the page. I was like, "I can't go to bed right now.
Mhm.
I have to find out how is Maddie talking and walking and dead all at the same time?"
Yeah.
But it was very I wasn't I don't know, maybe I just have a different tolerance than some people. Some people were like, "This book really freaked me out." I just thought it was just like it freaked me out, but not in
I
like a
mean, I think it would give me like heebie-jeebies, but I don't think it would like
people were like, "Oh, it kept me
from
up at
what you've
night."
described it, I don't think it traumatized me.
I was like, "Kept you up at night?"
I mean, I read murder.
And I'm like, "Girl, what you normally
I'm
read?"
reading 25 Days. Have you seen that advertised?
I think
I don't
so.
even remember who it's by, but I was trying to knock it out before the end of the year. I don't think I'm gonna make it, but just because my kids are gone, so I'm watching a whole lot of shows that I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
typically watch. So like that's just a whole lot I want to do while my kids are gone and not a lot of time. But these people go to this cabin because I
Oh,
won't talk about
God.
this. It's at Christmas time, so I'm not gonna do it on the podcast. But they go to this cabin as like a family vacation near Christmas time, and the first morning they're there, this stocking appears on the barn door, and there's like a little like microfilm, like the old school like projector
Yeah,
things. Well, then every day there's a new one.
like an advent calendar.
Yeah, except it's a picture of their cabin and it's getting closer and closer to them.
Oh, that freaked me out.
And like it's got a picture of the snowman that the girls built. So
Why
like
do they stay?
they're actively because now they're snowed in
Oh,
because it's apparently in BFE. Like fungus,
creepy people,
stalker,
cabin.
stockings. I mean, you know, what
Most
is it?
Christmas reads.
Most are not.
Murderous fungi and murderers, stalkers.
Someone's gonna die. I know it. I just know it. I'm only on day 8, so
Only on day. Oh, you got 25 more days? Or
I'm assuming it goes to 25 days because it's called 25 days, and I'm on day 8. So
oh, I did get um my loan for the new Hunger Games book.
Sunrise and Reaping.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a spoiler on TikTok, and if it is, I'm gonna be really mad that I saw that spoiler. But I don't want to talk about it. Sunrise and Reaping is Hey Mitch's story, right?
Yes.
Oh, so after this one, you'll be able to tell me if the thing I saw is real. I don't want to tell you.
Okay.
It's the only thing that I've seen though, but I'm not heavily on like Hunger Games TikTok.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I could ask Silas.
Maybe.
I don't know if he's read that one or if he's read the Ballads of Songbird.
I know he's done the Songbird one because I asked
He
him.
might not have read the Sunrise
don't-
and Reaping yet.
I don't think he has.
If it's true, my mind is blown. And I really need to read it. Because I need to know how this happened.
Oh, now I really gotta listen to it.
You really have
Now
to
I
listen
really
to
gotta
it.
listen to it.
Because I need you to tell me something.
Way to be suspenseful.
I'm not going to tell you because what if it is true and I don't want to ruin it for you?
Well, I know it's the generation before Katniss.
Right, it's Haymitch.
Yeah. It's something to do with her parents. What do you got to give me a little hint. I'm just dying.
It's something to do with her parents. All I'm saying.
Haymitch isn't her dad.
That's not true?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Who would said that?
I don't know. It was on TikTok.
No.
And then they were like, I went down a rabbit hole in the comments and they were talking about it.
It is. That's really weird.
It was really weird too. But they were talking about like he watched him from afar grow up and stuff. But I don't know why he'd let him suffer. Feel like they were always so poor and hungry.
I thought she was the niece of one of the people he went into the arena with.
I don't know. I need you to read the book.
Okay. I will get on it.
You have an assignment.
Okay.
I've not even read the first 3.
Yeah, you're like, I need to know.
I need to know if this is real.
I will say, I do wish I had, well, they weren't published this way, but I wish I had been able to read it from Snow's.
Yeah.
Then Haymitch, then Katniss. I think it would have been a little bit more interesting, but they've already talked about she's going to do a few more. She's just like, I just don't know what publishing order.
I want to know more about
Finnick?
He would be a good one.
Finnick and
the old lady.
That Mags, yes.
Mags.
Mags is, I think, the one that's supposed to be
Also,
next.
this person was never in the arena, but I want to know, like, her upbringing and, like, how she got in the position she's in. Like, I keep wanting to say Elfie, but that's wicked, I think. What's the crazy, outlandish...
I thought it was Elfie.
Is it Elfie? It might be.
I thought it was Elfie.
Okay, I kind of want to know her story. I know it won't be as much suffering.
Yeah.
She was in the...
Well, she knew Haymitch. She's in this one.
Yeah. Wonder if they touch on her a little bit.
I think someone said they do. Because that's why she and Haymitch grow close. Because then she takes over, like...
It's how do you fall into that position? Like, in that... What is that, District 1?
Yeah. I don't know.
It's Effie.
Effie, okay. Now, Elfie.
Not Elfie, Effie.
I knew it was something like that. Well, that is today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed this book. Hope you enjoyed us ranting about the Hunger Games series. We're super excited about the new movie coming out in the next year. I just can't. I just love it. I don't know why. I shouldn't. But I love movies like that. Fight the government. Anyway, that's my theme. That's my thing in books.
That is your thing.
It is a thing.
Mine's murder.
One's anarchy, and the other one's murder. And they were sisters. But yeah. Hope you guys have a fabulous New Year's.
Yeah, 2026.
2026.
That's weird.
Reset our reading goals.
That's going to be really sad. I did so good.
Yeah.
My little flower's going to be naked again.
It's okay, because now you got the 2025 wrap thingy.
Yeah.
I haven't done mine because I was wanting to wait till the very end. I'll go ahead and do it. But hope you have a fabulous New Year's. Fantastic Tuesday. Yep, amazing week. And we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.